You're a stupid man! A stupid, stupid man!
Oh, Brian, you're trying to break news here and it's not working. I'm sorry. Did you just say something that a lot of people on your side of the aisle are not willing to say?
I'm not on the side of an aisle.
What?
That's an
Well, tell
offensive
America,
remark.
did you vote for Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump? How did your
I
wife
did not vote
Tell
for
America.
president. I left that spot blank on the ballot that day. But it's not appropriate for you to go around
probably didn't think she
asking
needed
people
your
who they
help.
voted for.
No, it's all appropriate to ask me things, but not other people.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
I think America
we
should
asked you
know.
to come on the program because you're a representative of the president. Yes, I think that's the
And
point
the
of the
president
interview.
thinks that there's no nexus between any Russian interference and the outcome of the election, and a lot of folks think that now, which is why they're moving on to someone's lawyer being on your network 160 plus times in a short amount of time.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
You don't have those screaming graphics anymore of Russia collusion. Someone on a different network last night ran all these outtakes from people on your network and others where Adam Schiff was promising, Russia collusion. People were promising we're going to have evidence of this. You confused America and you wasted time talking about that instead of things that really matter to America, like a great, prosperous economy, national security, renegotiated trade deals. These things matter to people, Brian, and you know it.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
Look, if you think your job
I agree,
is to get the president and not get the story, you ought to just own it. Just say it. Because I know your viewers expect that now. Look at their comments all the time. Don't have Trump people on. They expect you to be reflexively, invectively anti-Trump.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
I don't think anybody should feel proud about obsessive coverage on one or two things to the exclusion of all these issues that Americans tell us in the White House every single day they want to hear more about.
There were these stories recently about Sean Hannity as a shadow chief of staff or shadow comms director. I was wondering if you and Hannity ever coordinate. Can you tell us about that?
I don't coordinate with Sean Hannity. We're both pretty busy people. I go on a show once a week or every couple of weeks. I saw Sarah Sanders was on the other night. I've known Sean for a very long time, but there's nothing to coordinate. Why would we need to coordinate? What is there to coordinate? I have a relationship with the president. I speak with him regularly. Sean is running the highest rated show on cable, and I think there's a reason for that.
Pow, right in the kitchen.
He's providing information that people can't find anywhere else. Sean would have low ratings if he was talking about everything else everybody's talking about. Think about that for a moment. People are starved for unique content, and they seem to not be getting it elsewhere. I think his ratings show that, and what he covers every night show that. But he's also dealing with things that are outside of my purview. For example, congressional investigations. I don't have access to those materials. I'm glad the country's starting to have access to those materials, Brian, because I think when everybody's calling for transparency and accountability, it ought to cut every single way. And we ought to know the way the other investigation of the person who lost the election and you weren't expecting to, how that investigation was handled. We're learning more about that now, and it is relevant. Even though she lost, it is relevant because it talks about the upper echelons of the FBI and what was going on. And we ought to know, if you're going to give Jim Comey all this book time.
We should know who committed crimes. Yes, we should know who committed crimes.
Are you trying to get around?